It was a tense 90 minutes for Tanzanian football fans as they watched their national team take on Morocco, hoping to witness history in the making, a win that would have sent the Taifa Stars into the CHAN semi-finals for the first time. Despite the narrow defeat, fans remained proud of their team's growth and performance throughout the tournament.
Tumefanya vizuri sana sana sana.
We've done really well. I want to thank the coaching team and the players. They gave their best. To be fair, Morocco is still ahead of us when it comes to football.
For our national team players to reach this stage, I don't expect anything more from them. They've shown remarkable improvement, even though Morocco is ranked above us in the CAF standings.
Head coach Salaam echoed those sentiments, praising his squad's effort and already turning his focus to what lies ahead.
We've done really well. I want to thank the coaching team and the players. They gave their best. To be fair, Morocco is still ahead of us when it comes to football.
This marked the 9th meeting between Tanzania and Morocco, with the Taifa Stars having only 2 wins in their previous 8 encounters. But CHAN 2024 was different. Tanzania not only made it past the group stage for the first time, they topped Group B and reached the quarter-finals, backed by home support and a more structured approach on the pitch. Tanzania's fairy tale run at CHAN 2024 may have ended in the quarter-finals against Morocco, but their historic breakthrough has already done its work. For the Taifa Stars and for the nation, reaching this stage for the very first time is a milestone that will be remembered for years, and one that sets the stage for an even brighter future in Tanzanian football. For Morocco, making it to the semi-finals for the 3rd time came down to a mix of talent, composure and belief.
It's the heart that we have for Moroccan's football. And second thing is the responsibility that we have. I think that we have a very good players with a lot of quality.
Having already lifted the CHAN title twice, Morocco now turns its attention to getting to yet another final. And for Tanzania, a spirited campaign may have ended, but it leaves behind hope, pride and belief that for this football-loving nation, better days lie ahead. Isaac Lukando, CGTN, Dar es Salaam.
Right now, to discuss more on the 2024 CHAN, I'm privileged to be joined by seasoned broadcaster and sports journalist Bernard Otieno here in our studios. Bernard, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you back on Sports Scene. For starters, what do you take from the performance of the 3 host nations at this tournament?
Well, I think the host nations have shown a lot of talent in the CHAN so far. I mean, they've made a lot of history. It's the first time that it's being hosted by 3 nations. It's the first time that the 3 host nations went to the quarterfinals. So they have exhibited some very good football as well, and I think they've learnt a lot as well. And the one thing that has been proof, especially in the 3 East African nations, is that motivation, you know, whether it's monetary or not, then works wonders when you get to these stages, because these players have outperformed themselves up to this level. If you look at the Kenya and Madagascar match, it was a penalty shootout. Look, penalties is anybody's game. I mean, they lost 1 penalty, Kenya lost 1 penalty, then Kenya lost another one. That's the way it goes. If you look at the Uganda game as well, they really went down right at the wire. If you look at Tanzania, that was just a slim 1-0 win for Morocco. So they've grown their game, and it's also proof that if you have a very good league, and you remember we said this when we discussed this the very first time, and I told you those who have a strong league, a professional league, are going to do well, and that is why Morocco is doing well. Senegal has got a very elaborate plan for development of soccer, right from the youth levels to the senior levels. They're the best ranked African country at FIFA at the moment. So those countries that have that kind of plan were going to do well at CHAN, and they are still doing well up to now.
Indeed, plenty of football still to go there, with 2 semi-finals to go. You've, of course, broadcasted plenty of CHAN games in the past. You're no stranger to this, and you've been at it since the tournament began. What would you say has been your most memorable match so far?
Most memorable match?
Yes.
You know, each match has its own memories, but I think not most memorable match, but most memorable actions on the field has been times when we were waiting for the VAR to do the check and then whether to decide whether it's a penalty or not, because it's the first time that it was being used at CHAN. It's the first time we're seeing it in action live here in Africa, especially in East Africa. And I think it was those pensive moments of waiting to see whether the VAR is going to say it's a penalty or whether there's a red card. And we saw in very many instances, including in the Kenya matches here at home, when 2 or 3 instances were decided on the VAR. So I think those were the most memorable, instances in this, where you now find yourself wondering whether we should discuss which incidences merit a VAR check or not. And we should make that decision that this needs to be VAR checked. Because that's where lots of fans were talking about. Because some instances were checked, some instances the fans felt should be checked, were not checked. If I was to give you just a moment of memory that I probably will not forget, is when Kenya was playing Madagascar and there was a shot towards goal that was cleared on the line, a second shot again that was again deflected, and then a third one that went over the bar at the time when the whole of the stadium was high in expectations. I think that is one memory that I probably will have for all this CHAN, for all this time.
All right, and Bernard, looking at this CHAN, looking at what has transpired so far on the pitch, off the pitch as well, what do you think the 3 co-host nations can take away from this, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania, as they now prepare to jointly host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations?
Oh, that's a good one to talk about. Planning really in advance is so important, because I can tell you, having been part of this, that what happens behind the scenes is a lot more than what you see in the 90 minutes. Just the preparation that goes into having that match to be held there on that match day, on the match day itself, right from the security checks, right from the stadium checks, right from bus arrivals, right from the team training, right from all that, is so important to the tournament that if we don't get it right, then the tournament doesn't go right. That is why you see all these organizations are always worried way in advance about whether there is preparedness. Remember, this CHAN is a 2024 CHAN. It was just delayed by structural, failures or delays, if you'd like to call them that. You need to be elaborately ready to be able to host this, logistically ready to hold this as well. Ground transport, air transport, ticketing, marketing, and all that needs to be put in place way in advance if you're to have a successful tournament. That's the one thing that we must take from this.
All right, yes. We're almost out of time here, Bernard. I'll put you on the spot very quickly. Thank you, as always, for your great insights. But putting you on the spot, who do you think is going to go home with the trophy and the $3.5 million that comes along with it? This is a difficult
question. I'll tell you, I'll give you a secret. Whoever wins the semi-final between Morocco and Senegal, whoever wins that semi-final will win the tournament.
You
Senegal is the defending champion. Morocco did very well. I think they lost only one match all through. They're among the teams that scored the highest number of goals with Uganda, but they had a better goal aggregate, which means they conceded less. So whoever wins that is going to win the tournament.